This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so we are recording. This is Jeff Gamble out of Indianapolis, Indiana, and this is a Quicksilver open house. Now, this is done by an independent rep. I had to clarify that with the owners, an independent rep. So this is my interpretation of what we're doing and how we're doing. I believe all the information is accurate, but as I always say, go check it out. So we do an open house every single Tuesday at 9 p.m. The reason we do this is so that way people who want to learn more about Quicksilver and want to learn more about how this works, they have the ability to not only attend, but invite others to kind of find out who we are and what we do. Um, Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over really quick these 6 areas. And I found these 6 areas to be very helpful. I did not create these 6 areas. These 6 areas actually come from Harvard School of Business. They said if you are going to evaluate any opportunity, you need to look at the company, the need that they actually supply, what their market looks like, in a market evaluation, the products themselves, compensation, how you're actually compensated for an opportunity, and then the timing. The timing is one of the most important things because obviously, if we were coming on here and talking about record players or 8 tracks or CDs, even DVDs, that would be, past timing. But the nice thing is about the product that we're going to talk about, it's kind of like perfect timing. So, a little bit about the company. The company is actually based in Sarasota, Florida, just a little south of Tampa. It was actually founded by Keith and Christy, which here's what I like about them. They started in the field, actually in sales, in recruiting, in the direct sales industry in network marketing, and they were successful at building other companies. They then switched because of some personal circumstances, switched to a different company, and they both became corporate employees. Keith worked on logistics and Christy became the manager of the entire customer service department. So they did very, very well. Unfortunately, the company that they were involved in at that time, this was prior to 2019 and them launching this. That company decided to do some changes, bring on some different people. They did not love everything that the company was doing. And because of their experience both in the field and at corporate, they said, you know what? I believe we could do this on our own better than anybody else. So they decided to launch Quicksilver in 2019. Now, for those of you who don't already know this, everybody knows what happened in 2020 with COVID. So the nice thing is not only did they survive, but they actually did very, very well because of some things they set up, and we're going to go over those. Um, we're actually currently open and expanding in 29 countries around the world. Now, that kind of puts us more than ground floor. There's about 4,000 ordering people around the world right now. 4,000. Which means you are at the very, 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 very beginning. I know companies, I've caught companies at between 2,000 and 5,000 and watched them go into the hundreds of thousands of people within 24 to 36 months. So we're going to see some really good stuff coming out of this company. The need. What really is the need? I think right now there is a need for the ability to make more money. People are looking for options on how to make more money. They're also looking for options to have more time. I noticed that people are working more longer hours, trying to get in overtime because obviously, when gas doubles in price, when food doubles in price, when eggs and milk and butter double in price, all of a sudden you're like, okay, this isn't working out. When rent doubles in price and the price of a car goes up, 25%. Obviously, all these things hit the pocketbook, and we're looking for more time and money. The other one is looking for more security. If you went through COVID, I'm sure everybody here knows somebody who lost a job or was displaced or laid off or right sized or downsized. My friend said there's a lot of different ways to say fired, but those are all usually ways to say they were fired and let go. And sometimes companies disappear. So everybody's kind of looking for that security of, I wish I had a plan B. And then the ability to contribute and help others. Like if you do have money and you do have time and you happen to be one of those fun people that have some security, how do you contribute and help other people? I mean, that's kind of that's the real deal. Like if you want a great life, more than just hanging out, I found that if you're able to contribute and help people, that's one of the most fun, most enjoyable things you can possibly do. So let's talk a little bit about the market. The product that we're actually going to talk about here in a second is silver. And the nice thing is silver is recognized around the world. The current markets that we have to go into, the United States, which is about 350 million people. And I do not know the populations of the rest of these, so I'm not going to read them off if you're scared. Aruba, Australia, Bahamas, Belgium, Canada, Denmark, Finland. So pretty much you can go almost around the world. All of these belong to an international standard when it comes to silver. So we were able to go into all these countries pretty much automatically. The United Kingdom, which includes England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the current market. Now we said right now there's 4,000 ordering people. If you add all this up, you're probably looking over 1 billion people worldwide. Just with the market that we have access to. So there's plenty of people out there who are looking. Now, what is the product that we're actually marketing? And it is silver. It's 1 ounce, 99% government silver bullion. If you've never seen one of these coins before, because I knew what silver was. I had a silver necklace, and I had seen silver earrings, and I had seen silver rings. I actually have a sterling silver ring on here. It's actually an Irish ring. I'd seen that kind of silver, but I'd never seen it in the form of a coin, like a government issued coin. And when I first saw it, I was sitting at a table with a group of friends. They had just come back from a convention in Las Vegas. And my friend's like, hey, I've got something really cool you guys should see. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they had both silver and gold coins. And they passed him around the table, and I've never seen a reaction like this. When I say it was like a treasure reaction, it was like people looking at treasure for the first time. And I was like, wow, that's incredible. I've never actually seen coins like this before. I've heard of them. I've seen them obviously online. But I've never seen them, tangible in hand. And we were able to look at them, and the weight was really cool. And obviously, if you ever have dropped silver, I've actually had a silver prior to 1964 silver quarter. And the reason I knew it was a quarter is the guy put the change down on a table that was granite countertop, and I heard the ring instinctively different. And my friend, who is 20 years older than me, heard it too, and he's like, hey, there's something in there that's valuable. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's this quarter. And we looked up the date, and that quarter at that time was worth about $3.75 if it were to be traded in as silver that you could melt down. I was like, wow, I never knew a quarter could be worth that much. But that's what I didn't know about silver. So let's kind of go into why would you even look at stacking silver? And stacking is nothing more than collecting. Why would you look at even collecting silver? Well, there's a couple different reasons. First of all, it's industrial, meaning it's used in industry. As opposed to gold, gold isn't used as much in industry. Gold is much more used for jewelry. So it doesn't have as much of an industrial use, and I'll get into why that's really important here in a second. Second, it's valuable. People collect silver. People trade silver. Silver is a commodity that's traded around the world. It's traded on a big index. If you know anything about trading, which I'm very, very ignorant to, and I'm not saying that you should get into it for trading, I'm just saying it's there. It's also tangible. It's something that you can hold in your hand. It's transportable. So I can take a stack of coins, put them in my pocket, and I can transport them to another town or another city. Try to take 10 or 20 ounces or 20 pounds of gold with you anyway. It's very heavy. What I'm saying is it's not as easy to transport. It's transferable, meaning if I take that coin, I can hand that coin to somebody else, especially when it's in a coin form. It's very easy to transfer to somebody else. If I want to give it to my nephew actually was very interested in our coins that came in the mail, because we're actually on a shipment where we get these coins every week, or every month, I'm sorry. And when they come in each month, he was very interested in it. And I was like, hey, are you interested in actually starting to collect? And he's like, yeah, this would be great. He's 12. So he talked to my grandma, and she decided to actually be involved so that way he can start collecting. So this is part of his birthday present, which is kind of cool. So it's transferable. It's also economical. Economical meaning that when you look at the price of this type of silver, anyone with any type of job and any background can start collecting, even if it's on a small basis, and we'll show you why. So here's some industrial uses. Like I didn't know what the industrial uses were. I just knew that there were industrial uses. Well, first of all, it's used in medical bandages and catheters. It's used in water purifications. It's used in all electronics. I'm sure everybody has a phone here, that we're talking to. And if you don't have a phone, you have a computer because that's how you're watching this. So whether it's a phone, whether it's a computer, whether it's a camera, silver is used in the electronic components because it's the best conductor of electricity out there. And the nice thing is it doesn't corrode like a lot of other things do when it comes to being in electronics. Now, why would you buy Quicksilver? That was one of the first questions my friend asked. He goes, well, why should I buy this rather than going to a local market dealer online? And I said, look, you can do all those things, but from a security factor, what I liked about Quicksilver is there were already experienced people, experienced collectors who were already involved. And I was like, they're going to alert me if something's wrong. Whereas if I go to a local store, I don't know if I'm getting I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm getting the real thing or not because I'm not an expert, nor do I have any fancy equipment to check out if this stuff is real. Um, but the opportunity was really the biggest interest that I had. I was like, Quicksilver is the only one I know that will pay me to refer. Like, I don't care what online shop you look at or local shop, the local shop is never going to pay you to refer customers to it. They might say thanks. They might say we'd love for you to help, but the nice thing about the opportunity with Quicksilver is they will actually pay you for us to refer customers over to them. So that was kind of cool. The compensation. So here's kind of how it breaks down if you want to look at this as more than just maybe a customer or a collector, and you'd actually like to know how this works business-wise. Like, how do you actually earn money from this? And there's several different ways to get paid. And we're going to talk about these different ways, from direct commissions on up. So the first one is direct commission. So when you get involved, you have the ability to have your own website. And on your own website, you're going to have an online store that's already pre-built for you. I thought this was very important because I'm not a website builder. I don't know if any of you are a website or if you've ever tried to build a website or you tried to build a blog. It is a enormous amount of work and undertaking and technical skill. These guys do all this for you. So when you sign up, you instantly get your own website, and you have the ability for people to go on and order straight off your website without you even knowing. Well, obviously you'd have to give them the link to go there, but you don't have to be with them for them to order. And if you look um, on your website, it's going to show you what the retail price is versus the wholesale price, and you get a difference of retail to wholesale, which is kind of cool. The second compensation is customer acquisition bonuses. So you're going to earn $1 for each auto wealth coin that someone buys that you refer. So if you refer somebody over to this and they say, hey, I'd love to have coins coming in on a monthly basis. Obviously, if it's one coin, it's $1. If it's 10 coins, it's $10, and that's on their very first order. So that's just an extra bonus, really. Um, Next, you have, why does this is going really slow? What's going on? Okay, we'll go really slow. That's okay. The compensation. So the next one is the challenge bonuses, and this I thought was kind of cool. You can actually double your bonuses on all of the challenge packs. Now, a challenge pack is nothing more than a display case. That's kind of what I look at it. If you're going to be involved in the business side of this and you actually want to refer people over to it, when you're sitting down with people who are interested, or let's say they're even online and they say, well, do you have some of these coins? What do they look like? You actually have a display case that can open up, that is felt, that is, quality, where you can actually take the coins out and they actually have individual packaging for each coin. So that way you're not getting your fingerprints on them or oils or anything else. That it comes with white gloves, so that way you can do the jewelry showmanship. And it also comes with a magnifying glass, because if you're, my dad used to say this, if you're over 40 and it's printed in 8-point font, the little itty bitty font, that's what is the one that Arial narrow, and you're like, what does this say? You actually have a magnifying glass, so you can blow it up. I would suggest, this is just my own personal opinion, take a picture of it with your phone and increase the size, and that's another way to look at it. But by getting one of these challenge packs, whether you buy one or sell one, you can double your bonuses on them. And that sounded good to me because I like bonus money. Um, and here's the reason why I like bonus money, because if it's a level one, let's say it's somebody directly that you're talking to, if you don't have a challenge pack and you didn't sell a challenge pack coming in and somebody buys a challenge pack, you only earn $20. If someone buys one and you are um, an owner of a challenge pack, or you've already sold one to, somebody directly, then it doubles your bonus to 40. Now, it doesn't sound like $40 is going to add up until you have 10 people join in a month or in a very short period of time. We had this happen in a very short period of time, and that was an extra $400. Now, I don't know, maybe $400 doesn't mean a lot to you, but $400 was just about our car payment. So I was able to pay for our car the very first month, and our car payment. I wasn't able to pay for the car. Let me clear that up. This is recorded just for compliance. I was able to make our car payment with the money we earned from these double bonuses and from the first time bonus, that customer acquisition bonus. So that was kind of cool. Level two. So if somebody that you refers somebody, then you have the ability to either make $5 or $10 and so on and so forth all the way down. It doesn't seem like this is an enormous amount of money at 10 and 20 and $5 at a time, but I've been involved in companies where we've recruited over 100 people in a month. And when 100 people in a month are coming on board to a team and there were 350 or 400 sales that one month, imagine 300 or 400 $5 and $10 bills showing up at your house. Then it becomes really important. These little bonuses, they certainly start to stack up. Next is our wealth cycle. So this is kind of what I would call more the passive income. As people join and as people start ordering coins, whether they're a customer or they're a rep, you not only get all the bonuses we're talking about up front, but then month after month that they order, you get points, and the points add up. Whether it's personal points or team points, the points add up and then you get paid out. And here's kind of how that works. Um, if you if you personally have anywhere between 1 to 10 coins, you at least have to have one coin coming in yourself to be a part of the wealth cycle. So you have to have at least one. I would suggest, getting one or more. And then your left team does 100 points, which means the left team, no matter if there's one person ordering 10 coins or there's 10 people ordering one coin, as soon as you have 10 coins, you have 100 points. So there's 100 points on the left and 100 points on the right. Now, what's interesting is the challenge package also gives you points. So these points add up both with coins and with challenge packs. So those coins add up, and then it basically spits out a commission. Every time you hit 100 and 100 on either side, you get a $10 commission, which doesn't sound like a lot until you start adding up some big numbers. Now, to achieve level one, you have to be signed up as an ambassador, have at least 10 personal points, which is at least one coin yourself, and then you have to refer and maintain at least one coin, so that way every month this comes through. So the idea is at least get one coin and have it coming in every month. Now, here are the levels. So level one, you can get a maximum of 2 cycles, meaning you hit 100 the first time, you get $10. You hit 100 the second time, you get $10. So it's $20. Level 2 is a maximum of 40, then 60, then 80, then 120. Which, maybe $200 doesn't mean a lot to you, but to somebody who's just kind of, you know, playing around and stacking silver and telling other people about it, when you start earning $200, now your silver is free. Or at least you can pay for it with the commissions that come through, which is kind of fun. But where it gets kind of really interesting is when you start hitting these levels that are double digits, when it gets to 440 or 520 or, 600, and then all of a sudden it jumps to $1,000 a month, this would be about the $1,000 a month level 14, 40 cycles come through. You have to have 3,600 points total, which just means you've accumulated points over time personally with yourself, your customers, and your team. You get to about $1,000 or $1,200 a month, and then it gets really cool. This is another level that I really like, 17, where it gets to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, etc. There is a whole nother level of compensation. The bonus level is 21 through 24, where not only is this 8,000, 11, or all the way up to $20,000 per position. Now, I say per position because you can own more than one position. I've watched a friend in the industry. He took an organization like this, put salespeople on the left side, put salespeople on the right side, built it up, maxed out the comp plan, and then bought another position at the very bottom of the smaller of the two organizations and did it again. He was working on his third position when I last talked to him. So his position's maxed out. He's a multi-million-dollar earner in the industry. Am I saying that you can do that? Well, the possibility's there. Am I saying you should do that? Well, that's up to you. I'm just saying it's possible to do that. There are people in our company that own multiple positions and they earn multiple commissions from different places. So that's kind of fun. And there's bonus money, this leadership bonus money sitting out here for the people that, want to go all out and make this a living. Now, timing, it says the best time to plant a tree was actually 20 years ago. The second best time is probably right now. I'm not saying that, tonight is the night. But if you've been looking at investing in silver, don't be like me. I looked at investing in silver for almost 2 years. And every time I went online, I looked at a different website that had a little bit different pricing. And then I was trying to figure out, what was good and what wasn't and what should I do. And I lost over 2 years just looking. Instead of just ordering something and starting the process. So how do you get started doing this? Well, to become a wealth ambassador, it's $10 a month. So this is month to month. It's $10 a month to be a wealth ambassador. That means you're going to get your own website. So you have your website that you can, and your link to send out. That gives you a back office. So that way that's all your tracking and everything. I would suggest getting your challenge bonus or your challenge pack. That'll double your challenge bonuses. So the pack itself, the display box and the white gloves and the magnifying glass and the individual cases is basically $159. It's one time. Can you buy more than one? Of course you can, but start with one. And then you just choose how many coins you're going to have go through each month, whether it's 1, 2, 4, or 10. They cap you out at 10 unless you want to call in and make some kind of special arrangement or special order. The idea here isn't, we're not trying to just sell as many coins as we can right off the bat. The idea is pace yourself and collect and stack over time. Now, some people are like, hey, I don't want to become a wealth ambassador. I don't want this kit, but I do want the coins. I would just like to collect. That sounds fun. Then get back with the person who brought you here. They can show you how to go online and get set up as a customer and just get the coins as a customer. Both ways work. If you decide at any point you want to become an ambassador, well, now you at least know how it works and what to do. With that being said, that is our open house. This is how we do it and what we do. We do this every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It lasts roughly 30 minutes, so we're right at 30 minutes, even though we started a couple minutes after. And this is just a picture of some of the coins that come in. There's collector coins, there's specialty coins. Some coins are printed in limited edition. We can't say on a recording that they're going to go up in value or they're going to be worth more. But I've already purchased coins from our site that are worth more than what I bought them for if you go online and research and look it up. I just can't guarantee that it will happen for you. So you're going to have to do your own due diligence and research into that. So with that being said, we are going to stop the recording for a short minute, and then I can answer any questions anybody has.